Well, Putin the cat is checking it out. Actually, I got one of these Zippo hand warmers. I'm down in Florida. Probably not going to be like the most essential thing in the world, but I was from up north, and I remember, I don't know what the hell I did with the damn things. I used to have the Johnny hand warmers, and it says, they got the ones from made in China and stuff. I think this is made, I don't know where it's made. It might be made in the USA. Not too many things are made in the USA anymore, but I got this thing. I'm going to light it up, and you can use naphtha on it, but I got some plain old odorless lighter fluid. Kingsford, the old standby. These things are one of the handiest things to have, and I know that the chemical ones, the new ones they got, that are like you only use them one time, they don't work as good as these. And what you got to do is you got to put them in a pouch, the cloth pouch, because the cloth pouch will limit to how much oxygen gets inside these holes, and the more oxygen it gets in these holes, the hotter this gets. And also this metal can get too hot. That's why you want to have it around the cloth around it. Keep your hands from directly contacting the metal, because first off, the cloth will slow down how much oxygen gets in there, which will slow down the burn rate. And I think these last about 10-12 hours, but like considering what happened up there in Buffalo, you ought to have something like this in your car all the time. I know, like when I was up north, I was up in New Jersey. Actually, I was up there from 95, 96, and that was the snowiest season on record for northern New Jersey. It wasn't much compared to, it was like an average Buffalo, maybe 100-something inches for the whole year. But you want to have stuff like this in your car. You maybe have some of this in your trunk of your car or something like that, and one of these puppies, because you get stranded somewhere, that little bit of heat can help you out a hell of a lot. So I'm going to show you how to work it. Basically, you just take the top off, and you got this is the burner, right? And this is a brand new one. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up. What you do is you take the lighter fluid and pour the lighter fluid in here, and you light this. You get this all saturated. We'll do that first. Alright, so we'll do this while Putin's eating here, right after he's done eating. So all you got to do, it comes with a little plastic filler cup. I guess this is one reason you want to buy a Zippo versus some other one, because it tells you, like, if you fill up the plastic filler cup to the first line, like halfway, gives you 6 hours of burning time. Fill it up all the way, which is filling up the whole cup with lighter fluid, it gives you 12 hours. So that's cool. So this is it, right? I'll tell you the truth, man, if you got something like this and you got a couple of those things, that could make a big difference if you're freezing your butt off stranded someplace in your car. I'm telling you right now, man. Big time. Big time. Actually, I carry water with me, and gas can, flares, flashlights, kinds of crap, and I'm down in Florida, so think ahead, baby. Think ahead. This is one damn good thing to have for the winter time. I forgot what I paid for this. Maybe, some of them are like in China are like a hell of a lot less money, but this one wasn't much money. It was $13.49 delivered. $13.49 delivered. So cheap enough, man. Can't beat that, right? It may make the difference between surviving being stranded in your car or being very uncomfortable. So we're going to fill this up and pour this down in here. Take that, you fill this up. I'm going to fill this up halfway, pour it down there, and we're going to have 6 hours of warmth. Okay, so the one thing I don't like about this thing, though, it don't have a flat bottom on it, where it sits nice and flat straight up. But the way it works is when you fill this up, you got that little end goes down in here. I won't use no salt shaker to keep it from falling over, but I already filled it up. It's already set. It's already ready to go. So next thing is Put the burner on it. Now you got to give it about 2 minutes to let it do its thing, and in other words, let that lighter fluid get all around inside that wick or whatever, the absorbent cotton, and then you're going to turn it like this on an angle and apply a flame for about 10 seconds to get it going. Now in the beginning you might want to break these in a couple times, so I'm going to break this in first. I'm going to get it going. I'll show you what it looks like. Now the first time you light these, they're a pain in the ass. I know I had like a couple, I don't know what happened to them, but I used to have a couple of those Johnny warmers. They were very good. And they do light very good easily once you break them in, but the first time you light them, it's kind of difficult. You can't really tell there's a flame, but if it's pitch black, you could tell there's like a slight ember down there, and I can feel the heat coming off of this thing right now. It's starting to cook, and it'll start getting like where it's glowing cherry red. So the next step after that is you put the top on it, and then you make sure you put it in a bag, because but in this case I'm going to kind of let this thing get going a little bit, because I'm breaking it in, and you want to make sure you break these in before you first time you use them. Like if you throw this in the car and you think you're going to use this right away, you might find it should be a pain in the ass. But once you break these in, they're good to go. They're good to go. They light pretty damn easy. But make sure you keep them in the bag. But they'll last, when they're full, about 12 hours. So definitely well worth to have one of these puppies as a little emergency thing. The chemical ones, they don't work that good. I think they got rid of these because maybe they're more dangerous or something. I don't know. But the chemical ones, they're not as warm. They're warm initially, and then after they go on for so many hours, they're not as warm. This one actually gets warmer, and it doesn't lose heat. It throws out 12 hours of heat the whole damn time, so that's what you want. And sometimes having one or two of these things can make all the difference in the world. So yeah, in the beginning you might have to light it a few times, but yeah, it's working. It's working. I can feel it. And this will eventually get really hot on the top. I won't be able to touch it, but I'm going to make sure it's working good before I actually need to use it. I'm going to run it through a few times. That's what you want to do too. You don't just want to buy this thing and throw it in the trunk of the car and think you're going to go use it the first time. You want to make sure it works. And just to be on the safe side, I decided to put this in a little coffee cup, so you know, ceramic coffee cup, no plastic, so nothing can ignite, but it's getting warm. Eventually I won't be able to touch it, so, but I want to burn through, like I said, burn it through 12 hours a few times and make sure it's all broken in. But it's a good little heater thing, man. Zippo, what the hell it is, Zippo, man. So anyway, little plastic, black bag that came with it. Definitely worth it.